What's up, everybody? This is not a figment of your imagination. We said goodbye a few weeks ago for the season, but we're back. It's a big news day. We said that we would keep you guys posted on what's going on in the world of the NFL, and that is what we're here to do. Timmy, it's been a while. What's going on with you? How's everything in your neck of the woods?
Listen, any chance to talk football, I'm good to go. I don't mind. I'm ready.
And the football god, look at Chris Summers, dude. What WTF?
That's right, Chris. We're back early, baby.
Oh yeah, because ton to talk about. So the football gods shine down on us this week and specifically today. A lot of stuff to talk about. But first things first, I do want to talk about something that happened yesterday, and that was the announcement that Calvin Ridley was suspended for the entirety of this next upcoming season for gambling. So, Timmy, I know that you have some thoughts on this. So, why don't you you want to lead us off on that one?
Yeah, it's a good thing he didn't beat his girlfriend or throw his wife down some stairs because it would have been less punishment. I mean, why does sports have this stigma that like they're better than everyone else? Is that how you put it? Like Pete Rose is suspended for life because he gambled. Who cares? Who cares? There's no proof that he gambled on his own team. Calvin really did not bet on the Falcons. He FanDueled after he was done already. Who cares? What's the big deal? How do you get 17 games for that? That is ridiculous. And not even like there's no hearing? Is there going to be does he have a chance to reduce that number?
I don't know. I guess you get that opportunity with the Players Association to go back at them. But yeah, you are. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head when you talked about beating your wife and beating your girlfriend. Those things have caused 4-game suspensions that I've seen. I don't know if you saw. I saw where they did like a rundown of the different reasons for the suspensions and the games, and it was like 4 here for this abuse, and Adrian Peterson, I don't remember what that was, 6 games maybe, or 8 games or something like that, 6. And then you got beating the kid gets 6 games, smoking weed gets 6 games, and gambling. I heard that he did gamble on the Falcons to win, but he was already stepped away from football at that point.
Oh, okay.
But he's gone. He had already ruined my fantasy team. Thank you. But by the way, and he was already gone. So obviously there should have been, I guess, flags fly when players are the ones that are doing the gambling. But I guess they had to do something. But on the other hand, you got the NFL, who's now in bed with all these gambling companies after all this time that they said no gambling bad, all this stuff, and now it's gamble. ESPN has the lines and everything. So do you think, given their partnership with all these gambling sites, that they should let up on that, or
Look, if he bet on a game that he was playing in, whole nother ball of wax. It's
of course,
whole nother story. Because then he drops every drop ball is like, whoa, he dropped that ball. Oh, what the hell does that mean? That I completely understand. He was done. He wasn't playing in the game. Who cares? Why can't he blow off a little steam? Why can't he enjoy gambling like the rest of us idiots?
All of us.
Like, in other words, too, though, if he would have bet, like I said, the stupid prop bets. I bet on the coin toss. He's going to get suspended 17 games for betting on a coin toss?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. As long as you don't bet on a game you're directly involved in, I don't see the big deal. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. We've got some comments here. Bev White saying he should be banned for life. Or guess White, Pete Rose? or
Guess
just
who?
like Pete Rose.
Just like Pete Rose, I think.
Just like Pete Rose. We got Raul. What's up, man? What a dumbass, Ridley. He should have been better in betting in Florida. If the bet doesn't fit, you must acquit. Summers, but that's because he plays with the poster boy of the NFL.
I'm talking about Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill, skated on a lot of stuff.
I missed this one.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill. Okay. So
They're not
all
winning
right.
the division either.
Here you go, Raul. Suspension has precedence in the past. There were 4 cases in the NFL that happened in the past, and players have been suspended for a year. I guess, but was that before the NFL all of a sudden said, okay, gambling's okay? Like, generally speaking, not for their players, but if they're saying it's okay, it's like, okay, do as I say, not as I do. I guess at that point, or something along those lines. But you also mess with gambling with the fantasy stuff, guy. You step away. That's a suspendable offense. Suspended for screwing with my fantasy team. I got a beer today.
But how come they don't regulate that? They know all these players. They admit they have fantasy teams. Now they'll say, "Oh, we're not playing for money. We're playing for a trophy,
which is lies.
Or we're playing as a joke, or we're playing to humiliate each other.
Probably paying $20,000 a head.
Yeah, exactly. Or we're playing for a belt. Yeah, how much does that belt cost? $25,000,
Yeah.
$30,000 for that belt? I'm sure it's a problem.
Gregory says the only problem I would have if a bunch of players were doing some insider type deal. Yeah, like what Timmy was saying. If he gambled on a game that he's in and had the Falcons to lose, and then you have a couple of drop passes, then some shenanigans are going on. I don't get athletes; they want more money, and it's never enough. I always want more money too. No athlete. Hey, Carolyn is saying that I'm so much louder. Am I just yelling?
I think you're a little bit louder still, Steve.
A little bit louder. Let me get this adjusted here. All right, we'll give it a test there. This is live. This is how we do. We go on ish, and then we have technical issues.
Well, beforehand you were really loud. Before we went on, you were really loud.
That's what I mean, Raul. Raul says the NFL is talking out of both sides of their mouths with the gambling. So I'm sure this is not the last that we've heard of this, and I'm sure there's going to be back and forth here.
There were 4 cases, like Raul put, that happened in the past. They've been suspended for a year. Okay, but that was different then, right? Everything is different in the past year because of FanDuel, because of Caesars, because of all these sites that have officially launched to make gambling legal now, like in New York now, all the other places. It's a completely different world we're living in. As long as the player doesn't bet on a game he's in or directly in, like don't get me wrong, I think he was dumb to bet on the Falcons. He should have stayed away from the Falcons. Don't go anywhere near your team, and you should be allowed to bet. Can he bet baseball? Would he been suspended if he bet hockey or horses or just football? He can't bet. Is there a rule? Like I'm saying,
I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. I think they just made up a rule. Is it documented? That's why I think this is not the last that we're going to hear out of this. I think there's going to be some back and forth here. Ridley already took to Twitter.
Yeah, if a man wants to take his hard-earned money and bet on women's field hockey, he should be able to bet on women's field hockey.
Absolutely.
Anyone coming down on him, it makes no sense. Unless, of course, he's coaching that women's field hockey team. Then it's a different story.
Summers does that.
Women's field hockey?
Yeah. That's what I heard. That's what Eric tells me. I don't know. All right. Yeah, we're gonna get to that man here in a second here. All right. So I guess we can transition right now into Mr. Aaron Rodgers, and Timmy said it all along. He ain't going nowhere. Wouldn't have made any sense at this point. You had a successful season. You There was love in the air again between you and Green Bay, and you would have looked pretty dumb walking away. Although there's a lot of people saying you're looking even more selfish today, Mr. Rodgers. So, Timmy, what are your thoughts on this one? Aaron staying for reported. So, and this is the other part. I was watching Pat McAfee when he was talking about this. He broke the news. He put it on Twitter, and then he said Ian Rappaport. It came out with a tweet 4 minutes later. Even though McAfee's tweet said he has not signed a contract, there is no terms yet. They're working on a cap-friendly deal. Here comes Ian Rappaport with the 4 years, $200 million, and McAfee is like, no, it's not. There is no contract. And then Rodgers came out saying, I've not signed a contract yet, but he's staying. So that was going on, and McAfee was like, everybody's running with this money. Nowhere did I say anything about money. So that's where he was like, oh, he's still being made out to be an asshole. What do you think?
By the way, how are you going to make $50 million a year and the cap goes lower? What kind of fucking witchcraft is that? Because do me a favor, call the Giants and let them know.
They do all this magic stuff.
How you add a $50 million a year player and lowers your cap? Please tell me how that works, because they don't have that baseball deal where you can pay the guy until 2050 or whatever. They don't do that bullshit.
You could say it won't hurt me. The Bonilla deal.
No, but it's not just the Allen Houston.
That's the most
deal.
famous one.
I'll say the Allen Houston deal for you. But then again, you're a Knicks fan too, so that hurts also. But I don't say that. So, what kind of shenanigans is that? First of all, secondly, no human being is worth this amount of money. I don't care who you are. I don't care how long your hair is. I don't care if your vaccines. I don't care what women you've dated. Give me a goddamn break. It's an outrageous amount of. And you know what though? For years, I've liked Aaron Rodgers. I never had a problem with the dude. He's just getting on my nerves lately. He's just gone off the deep end.
Yeah.
And he's just becoming one of those.
I'm the
guys.
same way.
It's like, dude, shut up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still love watching the guy play. The guy throws a ball. It's just like a magical ball he throws. But I mean, come on, it's enough. But $200 million for 4 years? Wow. And I can't wait to see how much is guaranteed, how much is 150 is guaranteed. I think I heard.
Well, if this is the accurate contract, then yeah, it's $153 million guaranteed.
So 150 million. He can break his leg in preseason games, and he get paid all that money.
He got a baseball contract.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed money.
Guaranteed money. He never has to play again. Right now, never has to play again because it's guaranteed money. He can break a leg in preseason, be out 2 years, $153 million.
Be done with it.
Wow.
Then Love can play. Then Love can finally play because now Love's going to be 34, rookie quarterback.
Love should really be seeking a trade somewhere, anywhere that he can go.
My God. Wow. This guy, he's like, all right, all this beef going on in Green Bay. I'm going to be the new quarterback. I'm going to get my shot.
Sorry.
And then, all right, so lots of comments going on now here in the comments section. Bev said, my niece's husband has been a player in the NFL for 7 years. Told me that he was drafted. You cannot bet the sport that you play in. That is the NFL rule. Okay.
That's fine.
It. Yeah.
That's fine, but still, 17 games?
For a year? I don't know.
For a year at a game you didn't play in? That's a little too much. It's a little too much for that. Again, he didn't beat his girlfriend in an elevator or,
and knock her out.
Or commit murder and then play in the Super Bowl a couple weeks later. I mean, come on. It's a little ridiculous that a guy who pushed a few buttons on a phone is now getting suspended for a year.
Raul says, I was surprised Rodgers stayed with the Packers. I thought he was going to the Broncos. More power to him. So according to McAfee, it was Green Bay, it was the Broncos, or it was retirement. And I don't care who you are, you ain't walking away from $153 million.
I knew he wasn't going to leave. You don't let the two-time MVP walk away. I mean, back-to-back MVP, I mean. You don't let him go. I don't care what they choked, whatever you want to say they did. They're still going to be up there this year and the following year. And again, the magic lowering of the cap means they can sign Devontae Adams if they want to, and probably somebody else.
Well, we'll get to Devontae Adams in a bit here. I was watching, I think it was McAfee still, and they were talking about how in 2027 or 2028 or whatever it is, that Pat Mahomes' cap hit is $70 million.
Jesus.
And they normalized it. They said that's probably what that's going to be. And I thought that Pat McAfee had a really interesting concept here. His idea is that the NFL teams should have their salary cap, but separate to the salary cap should be the quarterback salary. He thinks the quarterback salary should be taken out of the equation when it comes to the salary cap. Being that, let's say the Chiefs, let's say in 2028 or whatever it is, the salary cap hit for Mahomes is $70 million. That's a third of the salary cap. Let's say it's $240 million. That's a third of the salary cap right there. So is it you got to manage your money better, or because they just outright said the QB pay of the future is $70 million, and now here's Rodgers at 38 years old, $50 million.
$50 million. I never thought I'd see. I thought when Jordan made $30 million for the Bulls, I was like, we'll never see that again.
Oh, that's chump change now.
$50 million a year.
Wait for Mahomes with the 70.
Oh my God, Mahomes, $70 million.
All right, Summers, your comment will take up our entire screen, so I'll read it out. Successful as in losing, and this is Rodgers, right? Again in Green Bay, choking again. Really successful, not. That's just how I imagine you saying that. I thought he wanted to win Super Bowls, but he took more money. This is why you won't ever see another person like Brady. It took less for many years, 15 years. This is why there won't be another dynasty in the NFL. Dynasties are hard. We know. We busted up one.
He just wanted to bring up Brady.
I know. That's why I said we busted one up. Where's Terzio? He doesn't show up for this show?
He wants to bring up the Mets. Just like, all right, let it go, dude. Move on.
Oh.
Tom is gone. Let it go.
By the way, Apple today announced that they are taking rights to Friday night doubleheaders in baseball. And I bring it up on this show because they were talking that potentially next is NFL Sunday Ticket. That stuff, you know, even Netflix is potentially wanting to get into the live sports stuff. So you guys at ESPN better mind your P's and Q's before Apple takes over the world.
What sucks is too, Apple too, it's only going to be on those channels. So if your team is on that night and you want to watch the game, you got to have Apple.
Well, Apple TV, I don't know how they would do it, and so I can't defend or go against. But Apple TV Plus is its own deal. It's I think it's $10 a month or something like that. They have some good programming on there, but if they get the NFL Sunday Ticket, that's first of all that's RIP to DirecTV.
Well, first of all, let's say
they will cease to exist.
They better carry over the fact that I get it free every year because I've been a loyal customer for so many years. And then they'll be like, well, that was for DirecTV. Or Apple now, you don't get shit for free. Then I'm going to be pissed. Real pissed. Because I got them DirecTV people in my pocket. They call it every year. They call, oh, yeah, that'll be this amount of money a month. I said, no. I don't do that. Every year No. I said, all right, then I'm going to cancel my DirecTV. I'll call you back. Hang the phone up. They will call you back.
Yep.
With an offer. And then you just don't pay it. That's all. Every year we do it. It's gonna be
interesting with all this. Yeah, this is all like fascinating stuff with all these. And they group it all together. I don't know. Facebook will eventually try and get involved in lifestyle. YouTube's already nailed it. They've been doing baseball games.
Amazon Prime already has
Amazon Prime has the football. All right, some more comments here. Brett Favre would need another copper fit to carry that cash. Boo Apple TV. Wow. Why boo Apple TV for baseball? Come on. I'm
Well,
an
I only
Apple
see
guy.
Boo if it's really exclusive. Like you said,
Right.
you can't watch the game anywhere else.
Yeah.
Then that pisses me off because I want to watch the Yankees at night, and they're on Apple TV. They're not going to be on Yes. They're not going to be on the local channel. You got to watch Apple. That's horseshit.
Yeah. Well, I wonder because YouTube is you can only watch it on YouTube, but you don't need a subscription for it. I wonder
Yeah.
if they'll kind of go that route where you don't need a subscription for that as they kind of advertise baseball coming to Apple TV, and maybe say, okay, maybe you can watch what's that show, the morning show with Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston,
Or Ted Lasso, something like
or
that.
Lasso, any of that stuff. Raul thinks a football package will go to ESPN Plus or Amazon Prime.
Shush.
Yep. All right. So what else with Rodgers? Do you see him in any? I know you said that he was getting on your nerves a little bit, but do you see him staying with Green Bay and signing for potentially, let's say allegedly, this amount of money? Does it just prove some of the people right that were saying that he's selfish to stick around and keep all this and take all this money off the cap, or should we wait and hold reserve judgment for this until we know exactly what the contract is, what the cap stuff situation is, and taking out of the equation Devontae Adams? They franchised him today, so that's done, taken care of. So they already took care of him. So do you think we just wait and reserve judgment on that?
Yeah, I think so. Only because, first of all, who's not going to take $50 million? Who's not going to take that money? I don't see that being selfish. I see that as being smart. Who's not going to take that money?
That Summers agrees with you. No, he's smart. The Packers is dumb.
Yeah, of course, the Packers are the dumb ones because he offered that much money to another human being. Then again, who knows what the Broncos would have offered? But that was the case. Yeah. I mean, apparently, everyone thinks he's worth $50 million. I don't think any human being is worth that much money, but that's just the world we live in now. I mean, I don't think it's a selfish move. Why would it be a selfish move?
I think they were saying because it's such a tremendous hit on the cap. You've been saying for the last few years, surround me with players, and now you're taking up that cap space. These are people that did not reserve judgment. Did not wait for the actual contract to talk through that.
Look, if they did some magical shenanigans where it's like, yeah, we're paying him 50, but it only counts as 5 towards the cap this year, and everything else is going to be like some kind of thing, then you know what? It's fucking ingenious then. And please,
exactly.
Please teach the Giants how to do this.
Oh my god!
Because we got rid of 3 guys and we're still $5 million over.
Yeah.
So teach us, Green Bay. Teach us how you give a guy $50 million and your cap somehow lowers. Please.
We've got issues with the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
So
our issues have issues.
All right. Another big, huge deal that happened today. Russell Wilson. So this is a domino impact here. The Broncos were waiting to see what was going to happen with Rodgers to make their move. So, you kind of have a deal in place just in case Rodgers is available. That goes by the wayside. Elway was hell-bent, it feels like, to get a quarterback. To get a quarterback that is, not playing on his final legs, or, the Drew Locks of the world. So here comes Russell Wilson.
Wait. Hang on, Chris. He wrote there's only one quarterback that's worth that and retired. Only 7-time champion in NFL history. Jimmy Garoppolo has 5 rings. Means nothing. Jimmy Garoppolo has almost as many rings. Jimmy Garoppolo has more rings than any other starting quarterback right now.
Bam.
Whatever.
Bam. And he's gone. He's pushing him out the door for this guy who's not ready. Yes, Summers, Bobby Wagner did get released. He was informed today. So the full scope of this trade is Russell Wilson and a 4th rounder heading from Seattle to Denver.
I love that 4th.
Yeah.
4th rounder. Just for the hell of it.
Just to balance it all out, In return, they get 2 first-round picks. 2 second-round picks, a 5th-round pick, Drew Lock. That's your replacement quarterback. Shelby Harris, defensive line, which was sorely needed in Seattle last year, and Noah Fant. Noah Fant is a real good tight end, so that's a good get for them. I know your thoughts on this, Timmy. Let's do it. You were crushed that the Giants didn't
I was so
swoop
happy.
it.
So happy. Look, I know everyone's comparing. We got attacked today online. Everyone's just saying, "Well, look at the Rams. They gave up all this, and they got their Super Bowl out of it because they traded for Stafford."
Right.
But the Broncos are nowhere near where the Rams were. It's not going to be as easy. And look at the division they are in. It is not going to be, oh, guess what? We traded for Russell Wilson. We're going to go to Super Bowl this year. No. No. Will they contend? Sure. But in that division, nah. It's going to be real freaking hard in that division. I think the Raiders are getting better.
For sure.
You got the Chiefs, of course. I mean, and plus 2 first rounders, 2 second
Chargers.
rounders. And then they're like, hey, let's throw in that 5th rounder just to stick you in the ass because that makes no sense to me either. What's the 5th rounder? What's that for? If I'm the Broncos, I'm like, dude, why the 5th rounder? Why? Just to be a dick? I guess so.
Yeah.
So
that's what it was.
But I don't think 28-year-old Russell Wilson, 27, maybe you make this deal. 33-year-old Russell Wilson, I don't see it. I don't understand why you're giving up all that, first and second rounders too. Man, I don't know. I don't agree. Will the Broncos be better? Hope so. If not, Elway's going to be on his way out.
Yeah, I mean, all these guys are calling him the GOAT now for getting him. It's something that you can't really judge yet. If Denver wins 1 Super Bowl in the next 5 years with Russell Wilson, it was worth it. That's my take on it. Cause,
I guess 1 Super Bowl is worth it nowadays.
Yeah, right. That goes back to what Summers was saying about the lack of a dynasty that we can break up. But okay, so Russell Wilson he was this close to 2 Super Bowls. The question is like you said. So you had the Rams, who were truly. I know that they added Odell, but that was after Woods was out. I thought it was truly one guy away from a Super Bowl. I don't necessarily feel that the Broncos are miles away, but they are not where the Rams were. To Timmy's point, but I can see where Mr. Elway. He wants a quarter. He's a quarterback, so he wants a quarterback, and so his thought process is maybe they are a quarterback away or a general back there, if you will, that won't make the mistakes of a Drew Lock, that can put up the big play and the big numbers. But like I said, in my thought process here, in what we're living in today, if you make this deal and you win a Super Bowl in the next 5 years, and now it's gonna be, and then the AFC, we talked about this as the AFC as a whole. Now you add Russell Wilson in there, so you already got Patrick Mahomes. You already got who did Herbert. Yeah, you got Herbert there. Watson. All these guys. And the AFC is not going to be easy, and that's what we talked about. If Rodgers went to Denver, how stacked the AFC was going to be. Seems like Rodgers was pretty smart to stick around the NFC as the NFC gets weaker with Russell Wilson. No matter what you think about it, the Broncos did get better this season.
Yeah.
So yeah, the AFC is going to be a beast for us to pick next year, Tim. That's what my head.
That I say Greg wrote here. Rams proof picks are just cannon fodder in the new era of football. See, I disagree because they have a salary cap, first of all. So it's not that easy. But when you're one player away, sure. Like I said, the Rams made that deal. They won, and they can still win again next year if they really wanted to. But the Broncos, they need their number one and number twos, and that's why I think it's a mistake. They're not one player away. They're not a Russell Wilson away from winning. Because don't forget, Russell Wilson only has one Super Bowl too. People, I don't know everyone thinks Russell Wilson is a god all of a sudden. He's a god maybe in September and October, but when that calendar turns in November, he can't throw the ball 15 feet for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he has a tired arm already or what's going on. But I disagree. I think those picks are really important. Unless you're one player away, one key piece away, fine. Here's my number one, my number two for next year. Give me the one guy I need, and we're going to go out and win the Super Bowl. Rams did it. It looked good. Broncos, that's not going to be the Broncos. Unless they make another miraculous deal and sign an amazing free agent, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, especially with and then you got the likes of Burrow, Lamar Jackson will be back. I want to be a Jets fan or a Dolphins fan. There's like no hope out there. All right, so now what do you do now with guys like DK Metcalf? I read earlier that the teams have already started calling. I know that the Jets were weighing an option of offering them their 10th overall. So one of their firsts for a guy like Metcalf. Can how many times will Drew Lock have to miss Metcalf before they fight on the field?
Hey, look, I am not a Seattle fan. I don't like fluorescent green. I don't like Pete Carroll's chewing. I don't like them. But I would love to see Drew Lock roll up in there and have a good year this year. I really, really would. It's just one of those. Hopefully, it's a new city, new situation, new fresh of breath air type play.
Yeah. Will
it happen? Probably not. I don't know if Drew Lock's that guy, but I would love to see it happen. Just to be like, ha ha ha, we
Drew Lock has tried to be that guy.
Tried.
I'm looking up. Something came to me as you were just talking that had nothing to do with what you were saying. Antonio Brown. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I read that correctly before I said anything about it.
He wants to become an owner, right?
Yes, and they want to buy, and he's extremely serious about buying the Denver Broncos with Kanye West. Now, what does John Elway do at that point?
John Elway runs.
John Elway's like, I'm out.
You can see John Elway do the Homer Simpson meme, just back out into the bushes. Never see him again.
Oh my God! Wow.
That dude's he's really out there.
Now he's making videos of this guy, cutting his head off. What's happening? What the hell is going on?
Call it racist, but it's not. The NFL will never, ever, ever allow Kanye West and Antonio Brown to own a football team in the NFL.
Can't have it happen.
They can't. No.
Can't have it happen.
And it has nothing to do with the color of his skin.
No way.
It's being fucking whack jobs.
Exactly. Could you imagine? Seahawks will be a total teardown, and it will take 3 to 5 years to get back into playoff contention, says Raul. Yeah, maybe, but in these days of this NFL, you have no idea who's going to be like one of those surprise teams that through 7 games they're like 5-2, and we're all like, oh my God, could this be the year this happens? And then they finish 5-12.
Yeah, the Bengals too. Don't forget 4 wins to the Super Bowl.
4 wins. That's us. Why not us, Timmy? Why not us?
Why not us?
Speaking of us, Mitchell Trubisky continues to pop up as far as names for the amongst other teams, the New York Football Giants. I saw a couple quotes from him today, and he said he said. Man, the things he had to say about Chicago. He talked about how he only knew one way, and Buffalo opened up his eyes to the new world of football. This positivity and all this stuff. Raul. All of a sudden, he's now the hottest quarterback on the market that doesn't have 22 potential counts of sexual harassment and rape. So Trubisky, the thought there would be him coming in and getting into a competition with Daniel Jones. What do you think? Can't hurt.
Yes, so you asked me this a month ago. I'm like, no fucking way.
Me too.
Now it's like, all right, okay, whatever. All right, I'll take it. Competition's good. Quarterback competitions are good for the team.
I was listening to something this morning when they were talking about it. I was like, you know what? I might come around on this.
We can't get any worse. So
yeah, exactly.
What's the difference?
Yep.
But once again, if you don't fix that line, it doesn't matter who's back there. They're both dead. So
death is imminent. But we got it. The Giants have an opportunity to fix some of this crap this year in the draft. Get it done, guys.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Until I see what they do with our offensive line, I don't give a shit who the quarterback is. I don't care if it's Daniel Jones, Mitch Trubisky, bringing back Davis Webb, Resnick, Danny Cannell for all I care. It doesn't matter until you fix the offensive line. It doesn't matter. Like I said, if we traded for Russell Wilson, dead. He's dead behind our line. Dead.
I don't even know how Burrow has survived. That's just a year.
Barely, don't forget.
ACL the year before, so that's done. And so whatever wound up with Odell, it was another tear of the same ACL.
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
That's why I was like, and that's supposed to be like when I had mine done, I was that they were like, no, that's going to be stronger than your other ACL.
But of course, I tell you start to forgive the guy. Say, I'm going to leave Odell alone. Good for him. I'm glad he won. And, of course, he has to go off on the Giants after he wins. It's like, all right, fuck you then. Go back. I'm going to go back to hate.
We tried. We tried.
We tried to get along, and you fucking ruined it. So fuck off, Odell.
A few more bits of information, a little news here before we potentially wrap this bad boy up here. Devontae Adams, franchised. Chris Godwin also franchised today. Cam Robinson from the Jags gets franchised. And then a couple of tight ends. Dalton Schultz from the Cowboys. Speaking of garbage teams. And Mike Gesicki gets franchised from the Dolphins. Mike Williams gets a 3-year, $60 million deal, Timmy. $40 million guaranteed. That's why I was wondering what Raul was agreeing with you. Been saying this for 11 years about fixing the offensive line.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Speaking of offensive line, can Eli stop trying to kill himself? Trying to do these exercises.
Yeah. Now you're really looking like everyone else said you were. Stop doing it.
Yeah, stop being goofy, please.
Hey, he's got a great show on YouTube, though, so.
Yeah, yes.
This is a really good show.
Eli can do no wrong, and I can't wait for Eli and Peyton to come back. We're going to switch around. We're going to call it Eli and Peyton next year. All right. So we'll think about how we're going to schedule this out, but it seems like when there's news, we'll come back and we'll talk about it. And then obviously we'll close out. For real this time. We'll close out, I think, the season come draft night, and then we'll pick back up in August-ish. Timmy, we had a nice little late night rendezvous here, talking NFL news for the day. You have any closing remarks for these guys? Any words of wisdom for guys like Chris Summers?
But I'm glad we came back. I had a lot of people out there, so maybe we need to do the football more often.
Yes, the football is key.
Must be done more often.
The football. Yes.
No, I told you I do have I think you missed it. I have a Tom Brady bobblehead I got from work from ESPN. I want to have Summers and Bunker in some kind of death match. Winner gets the bobblehead. It's a nice big Brady bobblehead.
Do it.
Well, we got to figure something out because you can't do trivia anymore. Because now you can cheat. You can go on your phone and.
No. We have them. No, you bring them on air. Bring them right on air. This way they can't cheat.
Maybe we'll do that. Winner gets Tom Brady bobblehead.
That's
Because
it.
if I keep, it's gonna get run over by a lawnmower or something pretty soon. So
I
we don't
you
want that.
know my days are melding together so much. I've been listening to the Victory the podcast. I stopped for a while. I don't know. And I just listened to it. It's an earlier episode, and E is talking about he has something and he'll give it to somebody or do it as a contest, but he says, "But let me check its value first before before I do that." And when you were talking about that, I was like, "Oh yeah, I did listen to this," and then I was like, "No."
It's the same thing. Let me check the value before I start handing
Yeah,
out
yeah,
Pretty
you got to do
bobbleheads.
it. Which by the way, we got to do an entourage show.
I'll do it.
Got to do an entourage show, and E annoys me even on the podcast, but we'll save that for an entourage show.
I'll definitely. We can knock out 3 episodes a show on that one.
Yes.
It's only a half hour long.
Yeah,
Easy.
and 23 minutes. Boom, knock it out.
No, but
Definitely.
I'm ready. I'm geared up for the draft. I'm doing my research. I'm doing my homework. I'm picking the players that I want, which means the Giants will not pick them because I have not picked correctly. I picked correctly with Barkley. That's the only one in about 10 years that I picked correctly. So.
Oh my God! You remember we were doing the Mets show a few years back. Was that when they took Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
Or yeah, and yeah. So we've done 2 draft specials, right? One was with the other place and one with this place. So this will be a third one. Timmy has been angry for both so far. There was drinking involved last time, and there was a lot of anger.
They'll be drinking this year too.
You giddy up.
We got 2 picks. Let's have 2
Yes.
picks to fuck up this year. Well, Andy Thomas is still a good pick. It was
Yes.
As of now, he is still a good pick.
Yeah, I don't want to knock on wood here. I don't know if this is made of wood or not. All right. So for me, if you guys are down here in Miami, I just posted a little bit earlier today a screening opportunity for a horror flick that's coming out to see X. It's an A24 film, which means I don't even know why Bert hasn't been blowing up my phone trying to see it. But it's director Ty West, who's done House of the Devil, VHS back in the day. I don't know if he did the sequel. But Jenna Ortega from Scream and Brittany Snow from Pitch Perfect and Hairspray are in it. So it's a horror flick, so go check that one out. Winners will be announced on Sunday, and it's at AMC Aventura, Monday night, 7:30 p.m. That'll about do it for us, guys. Everybody in the comments, we appreciate you. It's a late night. It's a Tuesday. Giddy up, Carolyn. Yes. That's a favorite. I think I got this guy here. A little Kramer. A little Cosmo.
Sweet.
Boom. All right. So that'll wrap it up for us this time around, and we will see you when we see you when there's more NFL news. Timmy, good night, buddy.
Later. Good